Okay, so rapper Kodak Black. He's a rapper from Florida of Haitian descent. He got in trouble recently for saying that he said he didn't like black women. Now, what he meant from a statement, he basically said that he likes African American women, but he doesn't like black women. He likes red bones or yellow women. That's what he said. Now, what he was saying was, he wasn't saying that he didn't like quote unquote black women. What he meant to say, basically, or what I understand from what he was saying, what I understand him to be saying is that he is attracted to light-skinned type black women, as opposed to the dark-skinned women. That's what, when he says black women, he was talking about dark-skinned black women. He's saying he likes the light-skinned women, the ones who have, I guess, the higher proportion of European ancestry, the lighter skin, all that type of stuff, as opposed to the darker skinned ones who, without the European admixture, or without the light skin. Anyway, basically, he likes light skinned women. He doesn't like dark skinned women. That's what he was saying, and that's what got him in trouble, of course. And they're quoting him. Now, when you look at the quotes, when they quote him, it sounds like he's saying he doesn't like all black women. But really, he's just saying he doesn't like dark-skinned women. He likes light-skinned women. Now, I'm sure people all over the internet are getting angry about this. But here, okay, I'm going to say the truth. This is based on my observations. Now, people may get angry about me saying this, but I've actually heard people... There's a documentary on YouTube where there was a guy who was saying basically what I'm going to say. Okay? So basically, in my observation, I've noticed that a lot of black men in the United States, as well as at least the Anglo-Caribbean, English-speaking Caribbean, I'm not sure about other places. I don't know about Africa. I don't know about the Spanish-speaking countries or whatever, but a lot of black men in the Anglophone Caribbean, English-speaking Caribbean countries, and then the United States, a lot of those black men like women who they're attracted to light-skinned women. Okay, let's say light-skinned women with mixed race, some African ancestry, maybe some European ancestry. Those are the type of women that they're attracted to. Now, you have people who say black men really want white women. There's a stereotype about black men running after white women, black men liking fat white women. And I've seen in the United States, I've seen that stereotype I've seen that played out, where I've seen a lot of black men with overweight white women. That's a stereotype. I haven't seen it so much outside of the United States, but in the United States, or at least I definitely saw a lot of black men with the fat white women. But in my observation, a lot of black men are really more attracted to. It's not really the white men it's not really the white women that a lot of these black men want. What a lot of them really go after are those light-skinned black women, the mixed race type black women, the ones with the higher percentage of European ancestry, the light skin. A lot of black men are running after those light-skinned women with big butts, curvy light-skinned women. That's what a lot of black men like. And you can see this in a lot of times when you see these black male celebrities. Okay, rich black men, athletes, successful black men who can kind of have their pick of women. A lot of times you don't see them marry, you don't see them marrying a white woman. A lot of times you don't see them marrying a dark-skinned woman, but what you do see, you see them with these getting these light-skinned, big butt, big breast type women. You can see that, and you could just go through a lot of the sports stars, NBA stars, NFL, a lot of these athletes, these rich athletes who can get any woman they want. They get the rich black athletes. They can get any woman they want. They get a light skinned, red bone or yellow woman. Anyway, so I think that's what a lot of these black men are attracted to. They like the big butts. They like those curves. They like the body shape that comes from African ancestry. Big butt. That's coming straight out of Africa. We all know that. That's a fact. But then they want the light skinned, the quote unquote good hair. That's what a lot of black men are into. That's a fact. Or that's what I've observed. And I saw a documentary about from Trinidad in the Caribbean, the island of Trinidad. Now, the person who was so basically it was a documentary about prostitution in Trinidad. It was on YouTube. I might be able to find the link. I don't know if it's still up or if I could still find it. But basically there was a guy who was, and so they were talking about how now Trinidad is a relatively wealthy country because I guess they have oil. So they have apparently, according to this documentary, they have these women coming from overseas, from these Spanish-speaking countries, coming to Trinidad working as prostitutes, and the local men are using their services. Now, one of the people in this documentary or news story was saying that one of the Trinidadian people, he was saying that the reason that these women, the reason that they have these Latinas coming to Trinidad is because the men there, they like the light-skinned girls. That's what. So they like those light-skinned kind of mixed girls, and that's also why you see these African American guys when they go on vacation. Okay, where do you see a lot of African American men going on vacation? Going to Brazil, Dominican Republic, and you always see them. They're always showing up in these places where you have these women who have African ancestry, these mixed race type women, the red bones, the yellow women. You don't really see them going to the places like Costa Rica. That's where you see white men going. You see white men going to Costa Rica. You don't really see them going to Mexico. You don't really see them going to like the highlands of Colombia. You don't really see them going to Peru. You see them going to the places. You don't really see them in Thailand that much, but you see them going to these places where they can get those, where you have these women with the African ancestry but who are kind of mixed as well. And those are probably the type of women that were going to work as prostitutes in Trinidad as well. So that's the type of stuff that's the type of body, or that's the type of look that a lot of black men like. It's not even the white girls that they're chasing after. It's the those mixed race ones, the light skinned, thick, big butt type ones. Those are the ones that a lot of black men are running after. So Kodak Black, when Kodak Black says he likes the yellow women or he likes the red bones, that's not even something that's uncommon. So it was, for him to say he doesn't like black women, yeah, it sounds controversial, but it's actually not that uncommon. Now, is it a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, you could say it's whatever, brainwashing or self-hate or whatever, but then at the same time, you have some black women who are the same way like that. They have the same type of attitude where they feel like, oh, they don't like dark skin, and you have some black women who will put down their own children for being dark skinned. So you have dark skinned. Sometimes you have these you have dark skinned people who put down each other over their skin color. Like it's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of messed up, because why would why would you have a group of people who have dark skin putting each other down for having dark skin? That anyway, that doesn't really make sense. But anyway, so and you have some black women who want to they want to have mixed race children, so their children could be lighter skinned or have quote unquote good hair. So it's both men and women who have these types of attitudes. Now, personally, I don't care. I personally don't care what anybody's preferences are. You could be attracted to whoever you want. It doesn't matter. I don't care if a black man likes light-skinned women. I don't care if he likes white women. I don't care if he likes Asian women. I don't care what type of women a man likes, and same goes for women. I don't care if a black woman likes white men, or if she likes Asian men, or she likes light-skinned men, or dark-skinned men, or fat men, or skinny men, tall, short. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care what people's preferences are. People can have any preference they want. Now, for me as a man, I really don't. I mean, I like all women who have. If a woman has a good body, if a woman looks good, I don't really care what her skin color is. That's my personal opinion. And as far as Kodak Black or a lot of other black men not liking dark-skinned women, that doesn't bother me, because that means more dark-skinned women for me. I say, as far as I'm concerned, they could chase the light-skinned women all day. They could stick with the red bones or the yellow women or whatever. They could go chase after those women. They could keep going after those women, and there'll be more dark-skinned women for me to choose from. So it doesn't bother me at all. And I personally, if I see an attractive light-skinned woman, I have no problem messing with attractive light-skinned women, or attractive mixed race women, or yellow women, or red bones, whatever you want to call it. I have no problem messing with those women, and I also have no problem messing with attractive dark-skinned women. I love attractive dark-skinned women. So I like all of them. I like all the women. So if Kodak Black and I don't know, all these other, or a lot of other black men only want the light skinned women, that's fine with me. I'll take the dark skinned ones, and I'll get the light skinned ones as well, because like I said, I like them. I like all of them. So anyway, basically, so Kodak Black. So basically, I feel like Kodak Black's statement, it kind of sounds worse than it is, because he says I don't like black women, but he really means he's attracted to the light skinned women. That's what he really meant when he said it. And that's not uncommon among black men. You could say it's right or it's wrong, but it's not uncommon. I think there's a lot of black men, at least in, let's say, United States, in the Caribbean, people from those backgrounds, a lot of those people are attracted to light-skinned women, and they don't like dark-skinned women so much. I don't have a problem with that, like I said, because more dark-skinned women for me. I like them also. So anyway, so Kodak Black, I think this is overblown. Anyway, so it's probably a stupid thing for him to say, but I don't really think people should get too angry over it. He's just saying he likes light-skinned women, and that's his right to have that preference. So, and a lot of other black men have that preference as well. So I don't think it's a big deal. And the other thing is, Kodak Black is one person. How many women are going to date Kodak Black anyway, or any individual man? How many women would be dating Kodak Black anyway? So I don't think it's a big deal. And the same thing goes for any women. Like if a woman says she's not attracted to whichever type of man. Who cares? Because there's a million other women in the world who are at least as good looking as her or prettier. So who cares?